It's okay. Go ahead and bounce back, man. You can live again. Go ahead and spread your wings. It's okay. Yeah. It's okay. When it come to the booth, I carry the truth. I'm praying for better, watching my enemies destroy. Life or death, but some will choose death and burn. Give me life, I'ma sacrifice to Christ's return. Keep my head above water, feet to the pavement. Life in the light so amazing, turn it on. Let's see what the future holds. More end zones here than the Super Bowl. Celebrating while you reach your goal. If they hating, it's okay. Tell them everything will be okay. Smile and embrace the hate, then return it with love. It's so amazing when you give it away. Hey, and keep your eyes to the sky. And though it get blurry, never lose vision even when you cry. Spread your wing, now it's time to fly. Whole earthly purpose is me the kingdoms of the world. He said, no, I'm gonna have the world, the earth, and the heavens gonna be mine. You know? Hold on, wait a minute.
All right. Look, hold on, wait a minute. Hold on, wait a minute. Hold on, wait a minute. Hold on.
So many people letting down the standard. There's only a few standing left that's willing to hold up the banner. Now is the time for you to stand your ground. Now, don't let the enemy come and turn you around. You need to stay.
What's up, bro?
What up, boss?
How you feeling, man?
Man, I'm happy to be alive. It's a Friday, March 19th. Brother, how was your day?
Man, today was pretty good actually. Couldn't complain. Got a lot done at work and got home, took care of what I need to do with the kids, and I'm here.
Yo, Friday don't feel like Friday for me anymore because I'm always working. It's like I always got stuff to do, man. But you're right, yo. That was the long intro.
Yeah, just to get yourself prepared. I know last time you were like, "Hey, man, that was short."
Yeah, because you didn't warn me. You didn't give me a warning before time. So, what's up, everybody? Y'all welcome to Ask a Producer. And before we start, I just want to let everybody know, if you have questions, and please come with some questions. Because this is set up for you guys, really for the inspiring artists or just anybody who's in their craft, in their field, producing something, right?
Right.
You have to produce something or you become stagnant. So give birth to those brainchilds, those children in your head, those ideas. That's what we call the brainchild. So, but we have a very special guest in the waiting room. And, we only got an hour for this show. and he already informed us that we're kind of impeding on that NCAA time. So we don't want to hold them up, but please, if you have questions, go to our Timeless Sound page. Share this with somebody that you know. This is going to be very, very very data heavy, very informative. And we hope, the reason why we do these as a producer episodes is just to inform, the listener, and not just give you information, but to hopefully give you some more understanding with your craft and some motivation to push you to go to that next step, that next level. Anything else you want to say, JR, before we bring on our guests?
Yeah, if you don't know who we are, we're Timeless Sounds. We're a production company. We create music for artists locally and potentially nationally. We are musicians. We've been musicians for umpteenth years, and so
20 plus.
Yeah,
30.
so that's what we do. So if you're looking for work, hit us up. All right.
Definitely. Just to piggyback off of you, JR. Yeah. Timeless Sounds, that's our company. And it's not a record label per se, it's a production company. So without further ado, JR, why don't you introduce our guests?
Well, yeah, I know this gentleman. He's world renowned. However you say it.
Oh boy.
World class gentleman, man. I've known Chef since I was in my teens. He worked with my dad at the radio station back when there was WZJY 1480 AM out there in Mount Pleasant, and he's been doing this thing for a long time. So
over 35 years.
Yeah, snap your fingers, clap your hands, scream something, put in the chat or whatever. Give it up for Chef.
Chef. What's up, boss?
Hey, what up, man?
Hey, you like your introduction, man?
I heard that introduction. I was looking to see who was coming in. I said,
hey, we were trying to give it to you right, man.
Oh,
no. Thank you.
That. The old man appreciate that. Now, one thing y'all left out, Gabriel, he's also a rap artist.
There you go.
I was at St. Peter's A&E Church a while back. And
I remember that.
They called Gabe up, right? So I was thinking Gabe was gonna go this other way. Man, when Gabe was out, I was looking around because I was like, boy, I hope they don't bring out the bless on him, but I'm enjoying it, so I started from
Chef, I do remember that, man. I do. Matter of fact, I think that's when I formally met you at St. Peter's.
Yeah.
Shout out to St. Peter's, but that was a minute ago, and I try to keep it on the low, Chef. That I rap just a little bit. I don't do much, but man, but we got the man of the hour here, Mr. Chef, and we're so appreciative of you, brother. You just don't know how much. You're a legend here in the Charleston area and surrounding areas. So big up and kudos to you. And so just introduce yourself to the audience that may not know you. I don't know anybody in Charleston that may not know you, but just anybody that may not know who Chef is.
Man, I don't know why y'all say that, man, but there's a lot of people that know who I am, man. The most of the folks that know me are people like McDonald's, Burger King, all the folks, they know me.
Oh, we got a comedian tonight.
That's after my retirement. That's where I'm going on the other stage. But anyway, my name is my government name is Edwin Wright. Affectionately known or passionately known as the chef of radio. It has nothing to do with cooking. I'm right there from Pringletown, Berkeley County. Love what I do. I've been in radio 35 plus years. One of the things I will make a statement about, I'm actually the last Mohegan of that era of gospel radio, such as Michael Fields, Sam Dennis, Clyde Jones, the old school guys. I'm the last Mohegan, Frankie the Big Bopper. I'm the last Mohegan that's kind of left doing what I do. It's a new move, a new generation now, but I've been doing this thing quite a while. Most importantly, man, I just love what I do. I love the people behind it, and so I'm excited you guys are even bring me on, talk to me, man. Nobody for me. I mean, you know.
You're the man.
Yeah, so I'm excited, man. So yeah, have at it. Let's get into it. Y'all want a
So
deep surgery tonight, or y'all just want me to kind of, you know?
so let's start here, Chef. How did you even get into the radio business?
Let me give you the short version of it. I actually used to take tapes to a radio called WQIZ out in St. George. I used to take broadcast tapes. Back then, it was actually literally tapes, CDs. I mean, not CDs, cassette tapes, reel of reels, 8 tracks, all that kind of stuff. I used to do that. But so let me fast forward. I was in Nashville, Tennessee. I was a percussion player. I was in Nashville, Tennessee, and I was planning on moving to Tennessee actually, because that's where I'm a part of the House of God Church Keith Dominion. That was my home and growing up church organization, and where I was an okay drummer. I wasn't all that, you know, but I saw Elder Clary Butler, who's now the Bishop Butler of South Carolina. And I saw him one day and he said, "Hey man, what you doing?" I said, "Well, I'm moving to Tennessee." He said, "Why don't you come back home and come and work at my radio station?" And I was like, "What am I going to do? You know, clean up? You know, what take out the trash, you know?" So he was like, "Man, you have a personality that would really fit radio." And so my radio career started in Month's Corner under the mentoring of a guy by the name of Evangelist Clyde Jones. I worked with Loretta Wickfall, the Gospel Four, some of those older school guys. And there I used to do a sports show with a guy by the name of Roland Harper. I used to do a sports show with a guy by the name of Roland Harper, who owned a McDonald's, who was a former football player for the Chicago Bears. And Roland and I, you know, started working and doing our show. At that time, I was just my government name, Edwin Wright. That's who I was. And one day, a young lady called me, wanted to commit suicide, and I kind of mixed some music together. Sent the music out to the young lady because I lost the call. I dropped the call, didn't get her name, didn't get anything. So I kind of mixed some music together. 3 songs I mixed together, and I'll never forget. One of them was the Florida Mass Choir. He keeps on improving himself. One was by the BB&CC Winans, and the other one was by Fred Hammond. I mean, by the Winans. And so I mixed that music together, sent it out to the young lady. A week later, I'm trying to fast forward so we can get the show. A week later, the young lady went to a revival at a church called Believers Temple in St. Stephen that Thursday night, because she actually heard the mixing of the music and me dedicating the music to her. And she heard it. And so she went there and gave her life to Christ versus taking a gun and taking her life. And she came back to the radio station. Yeah, came back to the radio station in Month's Corner that used to be off of Highway 52, New Highway 52. Her and her sister came by, wanted to meet Edwin Wright. And by me going back on the radio and telling the story, about, you know, sharing her with the audience and that she's alive and well and gave her life to Christ, there was a restaurant in Month's Corner called Berkeley Restaurant Hotel off of Highway 52 and 17, right in the corner. There was a restaurant and a hotel. And a head cook in there named Miss Addison. Miss Addison heard me and the story that the young lady and I was on the radio talking about. And she said, "Edwin, from here on out, like I do in the restaurant and put food together to feed people, you do it with music. And we're going to start calling you the chef of radio." Wow. And so that's how I became the chef. That's how I became the chef of radio. So when I left Month's Corner, I left that story behind me and came to the station in Mount Pleasant. At that time, Jesse Williams owned it before the border. And so one night I was doing the show, and almost a similar thing happened. And a great friend who worked with me by the name of L.T. Price, he started calling me the chef. And I was like, "Oh my God, who knows me from Month's Corner?" You know, like that. And so from there, it became history. But that's who I am, man. I'm a country dude, love music, man, love people, you know, done right for the most part. And, you know, try to give everybody a chance that who really wants a chance. That's about it.
Wow. Man, that's amazing, man. I never knew that. Personally, I never knew that.
Yeah.
So, wow. So you said that you just wanted to give somebody a chance. So speaking of a chance, I'm going to ask the question that I know everybody's dying to know. As an inspiring artist, even myself, an inspiring artist, how does one get their song on the radio? And I'm talking more in general,
Oh.
but if you want to say as to chef, you know, you can put that in there too. Some spices and some salt and pepper, everything.
So you want to get me in trouble? Okay, here it comes. Now I'm just actually, you know what? It's really a great question. It's actually the question for anyone who wants to go down this road, should I say, or take this journey. I've been in radio 35 plus years. I've seen radio go from albums to reel to reel to cassette players, 8-track, to now we're on the digital platform. We're on, you know, we're from the CDs to the digital platform, the EPs and all that stuff.
Right.
Simple. It's simple, but it's yet detailed. It's simple, but it's yet detailed. As for me, I'm the program director, music director for Heaven 100.1 radio station here in Charleston. And what I look for is the fact, your presentation. When you send music to me, it's just like you going on a job interview. And so I can't see you, but your material has to speak volume for you. How you package your material. Do you just send me a CD and say, can you check this out and play it? Or do you send something that says, hello, my name is, I'm from this area. I'd like to submit a song. I like to submit a song. So it's all in your presentation, how you set it up and how you present it. You know, before I even listen to it, before I even listen to your music, I'm looking to see how you do stuff. I've been JR, as he said earlier, for a long time. But even lately, never has he sent me anything that is not presentable. Never has he sent me anything. I mean, even to this day, he don't even have to even go through the introduction because we have that relationship. But he takes time to type up a nice little article and say, hey, chef, I have this artist, whatever the case may be, blase. Would you take a listen to it? He don't say, go play it. He says, take a listen to it. Tell me what you think. Give me some feedbacks, because that's important. People understand, I'm the chef of radio. So what it means is you're sending your music to someone who is qualified to air your music. And he respects that about me. Now, he's the musician, but I'm the program director. And in this area, I noticed this with our independent artists, a lot of them, they want chef to play their music. But you got to understand, your music was good for shouting at the church, but it wasn't good for everybody. And see, those are two different quality of music there. See, on Sunday, when you sang, you want people to speak in tongue and all that good stuff. I get it. But on the air, you want people to hear quality stuff. You want your music to go across the genre. You want white, black, no matter. You want your music. See, when you're doing music to the radio station, don't now y'all want me to go there, right?
Go there, bro. Go there.
Okay. When you send your music to a radio station, you ain't sending it to church. You ain't sending it so the Holy Ghost can move me. You ain't sending it there so I can run around. You're sending it there because you're sending a quality, professional, well together material. So you want to make sure that when you send that product, you want to make sure that it's done properly. I'm talking about the introduction first. You see what I'm saying? The introduction of it. My name is, would you take a listen to the song and then respect what I say to you? Because I may say to you, hey, take that project. Here's my friend JR and Gabe. Take it there. Ask them to give you a little assistance in what you need to do. See, that's what it means to be fruitful and multiply. You understand? It means that yes, you might be a good singer, or you might be a good writer, but you might not be the person to lead the song. See, so you got to be willing when you send it to us. You got to be willing to hear what we're going to say to you to help you get your product where it needs to be. I'm gonna stop before I get the thing blown up on him, man.
Hey, but chef, that you said a mouthful, man. Now that brings some other questions in my mind. This is a mythological question. Like, what is the difference between CCM music and gospel music? And is there a difference? Because I know a lot of it's almost like we split if it's supposed to be for Christ, it's almost like we split the. Is it a sound thing? Yeah, it seems like we're a little divided. Do you play CCM type of music?
I think you froze.
I didn't hear.
Nice. Oh. Did you hear me, Chef? Chef?
I heard you said gospel. The difference between I heard the end said gospel. Yeah, you can hear me now.
Yeah, we can hear you. So I was asking, what's the difference between? Yes, yes. Can you hear us? You good?
Yeah. You said what is the difference between what music?
What's the difference between CCM and gospel music? Contemporary Christian music and gospel music.
Well, because a lot of people may not know, contemporary Christian music is kind of like a jazz to that message. It's easy listening. It's a culture type music. Let me say this, and that's a really good. When you think about music, you got to think about category. Where does my music fit? What category does my music fit? And it also works with the talent and the messaging whereby you're trying to display. When you're talking about Christian contemporary music, you're talking about a CeCe Winans. You're talking about a Martha Menizzi. You understand what I'm saying? When you're talking about gospel, when you talk gospel, you're talking about a direct delivery that you proclaim from the maker that gave you that message. When you say Christian contemporary music, for a long time the church didn't receive that because we just wasn't taught. We were not knowledgeable about the different categories of music. Music, Gabe and JR, is just like food. Do you want baked? Do you want fried? Do you want it stewed? But it's still the same. Now, quality, they're no different. It has to be quality, no matter what area you're in. So when you hear Christian contemporary music, you're hearing a music that is more of a ballad sound, a music that's more of a culture, a different culture than where we are. You see what I'm saying? So that's the difference. And I'm trying to keep it in an area where I won't have to go so deep into it. But that is the difference. Now, when you're talking gospel, when you're talking gospel, you're talking that direct hit. You talk about, I'm telling you, God told me to tell you this morning that you need to brush your hair. We're singing. When you're singing gospel, you're singing the Bible. For an example, you're singing the Bible. You're singing a more direct type of music. Now there are some more horrific definitions, but I try to give people the most simple way so that they can identify with what I'm saying. So when you're talking Christian contemporary music, you're talking more of a easy listening type gospel music, a soothing music. When you're talking gospel, you're talking about singing the scripture, singing the Bible, giving a more direct hit. You're not allowing people to judge whether they want to hear it or not. You're singing to proclaim something at them, if that makes sense.
Yeah. No, it does. It does. And it's a question in here for you, Chef. Let me read it real quick. It's from Mr. D.A. Smalls. What's up, D.A.? So it says, Chef, I sent a song. So let me rephrase this question a little bit. So if a song got sent from, let's say, a rapper, right? So this is not necessarily like this is gospel rap. Let's put it that way. He sent the song in and he had permission from a source to send it in. He said the song was approved to be aired, but he had a minor setback. So how does he get permission to resend that same song back into you?
All right. First of all, I'm not familiar with the song, but all you got to do is email it. I have an email address that is open to me, my operation manager. The good thing about where I work is I work with 6 different stations in one building. So if I need a different air to a different tune, I can take it to any one of the other music directors and program directors, and they can give me some assistance. Number one, I never pretend I know it all. So if he sent the song in and it was done properly, and I don't know who approved it to be aired. I don't know. I never heard it or whatever the case may be. Here's a simple way of doing it. Just resend it. A lot of folks, not this young man or young lady, because I don't know who it is, but people like to get into a controversial about your music. No, don't do that. Don't do it, because you got to make them PDs and programs directors your business friend. You got to be business friendly. Don't make them angry because your stuff may never get on the air.
It'll circulate. Oh, don't mess with that fella.
No, it is who you know. But
it's who you know.
My email address is ewright.
I'm gonna put that in the banner.
That's in the industry. That's in the industry. It's important. Who do you know? What relationship do you have with that program director, that music director? They're surprisingly, and I hope I answer this question. Resend the music to ewright at charlestonrg.com. Ewright, my last name, ewright at charlestonrg.com. Just resend it, and we'll listen to it. It may be something that needs to go to the other station. Maybe it's something that may not be. I'll give you a prime example. Keandra Lockett, the girl that represents her, the lady, sends me all of her music. But there's some music that Keandra Lockett has that doesn't fit my format. But it'll fit Star 99.7. It'll fit the box, or it'll fit the country station, or it'll fit urban AC. It all depends on what it is. But sit music, and then we'll see what happens from there.
That's a good point right there, Chef. Not every radio station for your song fits. You have to fit the radio station. So you being a programming director, can you explain to the people what that is and what you do as a programming director?
All right. Yeah. A program director is
we lost him.
I think it's his internet.
His internet, yeah. Uh-oh.
Hey.
Maybe we can remove him and then he'll probably come back. You there, Chef?
Yeah. Chef. Oh, wow. It totally jumped off.
Yeah. I mean, I can see him in the backstage until I guess he gets his screen straight.
So okay. DA, I hope that answered your question, man. Yeah, okay, yeah. Man, shout out to you, bro. I think Chef was trying to explain what a programming director is.
Mm-hmm.
And is he still in the waiting room?
Yeah, I mean, it's still frozen. I'm assuming he's still working on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And sorry about that, guys. It's just an internet connection
thing. About internet, yeah.
Yeah. But I would say this, a programming director, which he is the person that approves songs.
Pretty much.
I had a song called Your Glory, and I'll just tell you a quick story just to kind of give Chef a time to get back in. But I had a song, and this song wasn't a song necessarily for me and my style, but because I'm a musician, because I'm a producer, a music producer, I get a lot of ideas. I play multiple instruments, so I get a lot of ideas. And so I was talking to WKCL. It was a guy off of there, and I called that radio station not for music purposes, but for business. I called to try to get some, see how we can get our company, not music, but we have a daycare company, and I wanted to get the daycare company some advertisement on that radio station. And what happened was we got to talking, and I didn't know at the time, but this guy was the programming director at the radio station. And so as we're talking, and he started listening, like Chef said earlier, like quality of music. So we had a really good conversation about music, about quality of music, about submitting songs. And so after us talking for a good 10 minutes, he said, "Hey man, look, do you have anything that you could let me hear?" And I was like, you know, and now this is WKCL. Now, I don't know if y'all know what WKCL is. It's a contemporary Christian station, CCM. And long story short, I dug in my bag and found the most appropriate song that I had for that type of station. And I sent him the song just for him to listen to it. And I said, "Hey, man, this song's not done. This is just something I'm working on." He heard the song. He called me back in 5 minutes and said, "Hey, look, I want to put this song on our radio station." Now, I didn't ask him to do that, but that's what he wanted to do. And that's a result of just having quality and knowing your audience. So Chef is back. So Chef, you good?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. Some
Okay, yeah, we got you
y'all can hear
now.
me now?
Yeah, we got you now. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah. But I want to piggyback on what you just said just now. See, you got your music has to be so much of a quality that it provokes or push us to add it. See,
Wow.
a lot of times people don't understand the industry has changed. And one of the things that I want to say, while we're in this, I tell people, don't send me YouTube songs to play. I don't send me a link to play. Do diligent, do your proper work, the work that you should be done. Do that, and then when you send it to me, all I got to do is listen to it. Not only that, put your song, have a group, have a listening party, have folks listen to your song, have folks listen to your material before you even send it to me. Before I get it. Take it to you guys and let you all time this out. Let you all listen to it. Go through the process that when it gets to the program director or to that music director, they don't have to go through all of that trying to get it off of YouTube. And then number one, your song hadn't been coded or anything. You copyrights, you sing somebody else's song, and when we play the song, somebody mad because you singing a song that belongs to somebody else you didn't get permission to play or sing. See, so it's a lot of work with it. Matter of fact, I'll give you a prime example. I got a song yesterday, on Wednesday. Now Thursday is my music days. That's my music days. Thursday is my music days where I listen to music, I add music, new music. That's my day, Thursday. But on Wednesday, a guy sent me a song by a guy named Mr. Talkbox and featuring Jay Moss. The song was so blazing. The song was so fire. And the song was so on time and in the season until I immediately went to the computer and said, "Oh man, I got to put a number on this. I got to put a category on it, and I got to add it." So I add the song and played it. Normally I'll listen to a song as a man. Wait a minute. Let me go through a week or two before I add this song. It has quality to it and proper introduction and all that kind of stuff. And the season is right. Because the label of the song is "Never Leave You." God will never leave you. So in the times and where we are, people need to hear that. Miss Vernita Dunbar, her music is so timely. You understand? The title of the song is so relevant. Hold on. The title. See, all of that is important when you're trying to sing a song.
Wow.
Now I got
We lost you again.
to say some. I
think he's freezing up.
Yeah.
Chef, if you can hear us, it's you frozen on this side.
But like he was saying,
He's dropping some gems, man. I don't know if they hearing this. He's dropping a lot of gems.
But I guess it's important to have everything structured properly. Like you said, coding.
That's my
make
next.
sure everything is mixed properly, mastered correctly, on point. Just make sure everything is on point before submitting, because first impression is everything. But
Yeah,
yeah, he was all in it, and I hate that the internet
yeah.
stopped.
So I Chef was saying one thing that I heard one thing.
Hmm.
Prepare.
Yeah.
Prepare. Meaning don't just go and do random songs and be like, oh yeah, just throw this on the radio. Like you have to really think about what you want to do and how you want to do it and what message you want to convey. And then even think about the station that you want to submit your songs to. Because not every station might be the station that your song needs to be on, So
Right.
man, is Chef still in the waiting room?
No, he's readjusting, so he'll be back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Lisa had a question.
After recording and mastering music, even getting the copyright done, how do we start the process of getting the music played on our local stations? I think Chef was talking about that, Lisa. I don't know if you just jumped on, but what he was explaining was basically quality was a big one. The quality of your music. So don't just from that I get with some people who has a reputation of quality. If that makes sense, go to a professional studio or get with a professional. And when I say professional, I'm not necessarily meaning you have to have a title to your thing, but you have a passion and you are driven to excellence, not perfection, but excellence. So he was basically saying like get with some excellent people and kind of get that quality that you need, people that maybe understand the radio, and then submit it that way. Chef is back. So we'll give that question to Chef.
I think he's frozen
Chef,
again.
Again?
And I think
Chef, you with us?
And to add to that too, he also stated earlier too, Lisa, that you can also submit it to him. The email link that's below that's flashing, but make sure that you got all your coding, all that is correct. Make sure that it's prepared, ready, listen ready, actually ready to be put out there in the air, like on your social media platform like iTunes, Spotify, all that stuff. So it's ready, so that when it's to him, he can say yay or nay, or I mean, it's up to the program director. So, but like you said, submit it to him, but make sure everything is right. So,
and when we say coding, that's the radio personality. They say coding, but what that means is make sure you get your song registered with all the means that you need to have it registered with, like your PRO, your Performing Rights Organization.
yeah.
And you need to have that, especially if you're going to submit it to radio, because that's how royalties work. I'm not going to say it's fruitless to submit your song to a radio without having your song registered. I mean, it's strategic, but I'm saying that if you just want people to hear your music, then just let your friends and people hear it.
Just send it to them.
Yeah, send it to them. But if you are approaching it in a way where you want to be professional and you want this to make an impact for others, as well as for yourself, if you want to choose that path as an artist, then yeah, you need to learn about your PRO. You need to learn about what registration is in every facet of it. It's more than one step that you have to do. It's several steps. And now in today's time with just the internet, it's a lot of different avenues, like JR alluded to earlier, with like CD Baby or TuneCore, or DistroKid, things like that distributes your music. Understand what publishing is. Understand what writers are. Those are the two elements that make up a whole total song. Here in the U.S. songwriters and publishers. So understand that. But Lisa, hopefully that answers your what's coding. That's they call it coding because once you got your song registered, there's a code that's with the song. What is it?
ISRC.
RC.
Yeah.
It's a code that gets spit out. How do I start the pro registration?
Well, you have to sign up with either BMI, ASCAP,
He's back.
CSAC.
I think he's
You
good
there?
now.
We're good to go. You got the fire
Yeah,
stuff blazing.
I went and got something else.
You got your phone. Hey,
Hey,
brother, I can hear you like
Hey,
water now.
that phone couldn't handle that fire you was spitting out there, man. Too much.
It was too much, Chef. Chef, you was dropping it too hard, man.
Bombs. Boom.
But I
go ahead.
want to dive right in, and I heard JR saying it, and I won't even repeat it, but he's right. You got to make sure your stuff is coded. You got to sign up and do your stuff properly, because that's how you get paid. That's how, when your music spins, it's a business. That's why I don't want people to take it. I don't want people to get upset when I say this. It's a business. You got to have your stuff. As a matter of fact, here's a simple way of saying it. It's like working all week long and don't turn your time sheet in.
You're right. Because it is a business at the end of the day. And that's what we were saying. Like, if you're going to submit it to the radio, then you should have all of that stuff, because what's the point after that? You done worked all week and you're like, well, thank you, boss. And you leave without signing that time sheet.
No, it's important. It's important you do that, because that's how you're going to get paid. That's how you get royalties. That's how. See, and the way it is now, and I don't know if I'm out of time or not, but the way it is now, the way it is now, guys. See, you have what is called your automated monitoring stations, and then you have your manual tracking stations. I'm a manual tracking station, but I'm tied to a automated tracking station, which is Star 99.7. So when I'm on Sunday mornings, when I play your music on Sunday mornings, it automatically picks up who's the producer, who I'm just using this, who's the writer, who sang the song, who wrote the song. See, and everybody gets their little piece of the pie. But if your stuff is not coded properly and not done right, you know what I'm saying? And here's how you'll know. When your song is played or the music is played, look in your car. If you wrote that song and it don't pop up, or you hit Shazam, and the song don't pop up.
It ain't coded.
It ain't coded, man. Because if it's coded, you're gonna know. Everybody's gonna know, because they're gonna pick it up, and you can't steal people's stuff now, because they're gonna know it's not you. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna know the deal. So that's why I said that the industry. I get it. We're singing unto the Lord, but you're singing for business. Okay. See, we got to know, and I'll go back into the old school for an example to help them out. Hezekiah Walker is a phenomenal singer, musician, preacher, all of that stuff. Okay. Let me tell you what Hezekiah Walker did back in the days. There's a song that Hezekiah Walker has that's called "Won't He Make You Clean Inside?"
Remember that.
Take it back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go read the royalties to that song. Guess who is on the production of that song? A man by the name of P. Diddy.
What?
Puff Daddy.
Ooh, I didn't even know that.
I didn't know that.
Yes, go back and look it up. And see, what he did was he understood where he wanted his product to go. He didn't want it just to go to the church. He wanted it to go to the ears. And this is what I want to say to people. And I don't know if they ever listen to me again or not, but let me say this to you. Your music, please, y'all, and I take this passionately when I say it. Your music is not for the church. It's for the ears of the people, that church. Because if you record a good song, and you'll get, that's why the Bible says your gift will make room for you. See, you get excited about the rapping and don't polish the gift. You never polish the gift. You never work your craft. You understand what I'm saying? You send us a song that's 7 minutes long, and you wondering why we won't play it. You see what I'm saying? You sent us a song, and it got a 2-minute introduction. Wow. Man, by time the song come on, I'm going to sleep. I'm going to play something else. See, all of that, you know what I'm saying, guys? All of that is important. We've got great talent right here in South Carolina. But one of the problems that South Carolina have, and that's why I came back to radio. A lot of people don't realize I left. I was gone for 9 years from radio. And I left because I wanted to step outside the circle and see where I am. And then when I noticed that the independent artist locally was being left out of the circle, then I came back. I said, you know what, let me come back and share with them what I have learned so that some of them can have an opportunity, if they're willing to do what needs to be done, that they can get an opportunity to connect the dots and connect the sources. Here's what people don't realize. When you listen to my show in the morning and I'm on Facebook Live, you connect with radio stations all across the world because there are different guys on my show that respects who I am in the industry and say, man, listen, man, Chef gonna play some dope stuff. Chef gonna play some fire music. You understand? There's music that normally wouldn't be played on a station, or you wouldn't even get a chance if you're not connecting with the right people. So that's why I said all of that goes into that soup to make it what you really want it to be. First of all, you gotta when you sit down to do your project, excuse me, you gotta ask yourself, am I just a writer? Am I the writer and the singer? Am I just a musician? You gotta ask yourself, am I Bobby Jones and Kirk Franklin, or am I Fred Hammond? The difference is Fred Hammond can sing anybody's song. Bobby Jones and Kirk can talk anybody's song. See, so you gotta know where you fit in the spectrum. There's some music that you write, you do better shopping that music on the market and let somebody else sing it for you. Just sell it to somebody else. You see what I'm saying? I'm gonna touch on a topic that is big in this area, real big in this area. And they don't think I know, but I know. I hear it. I hear the chitter chatter all the time. He always playing Jarrell Small's song. He shot Jarrell, his boy. No, what you don't understand is Jarrell. First of all, let me tell you what a radio station listens for.
Yeah.
We listen for quality, and we listen for songs that's going to bring the radio station money as well.
Yeah.
Jarrell Smalls is from here, but he's an international artist. He is BDS. He is he's all of that. Not just here, everywhere. Yeah. Everywhere. You see what I'm saying? So what happens is when I play Jarrell's music and his song, because of the quality he put in it, because of what he does when he do what he do, what happens is all across the world wakes up because he has put that into it. So don't hate on Jarrell. Call, y'all put your number up there. Call JR and Gail, make an appointment. No, that's real. That's real. Make an appointment with those guys. Another good guy in there is BJ Brown. Yeah. Make that phone call and say, listen, I want my music to be so dope that when Chef hear it, man, he if he don't play it, he'll take it down the hall. There's a guy out of Tennessee. His name is D. Martin. His name is Chubbs. We call him D. Martin and Gifted. D. Martin did a song at Christmas that wouldn't fit my station. But man, when they heard it down the hall at the country other station, they were like, who's this guy? Man, we want this song. See, so you got the connections in what you're doing is so important. So that's why I said in Charleston, we got to stop trying to hate on each other. Take a shortcut. Don't take the shortcut. Because if you take the shortcut, you're going to mess it up. Go write your list and say, man, I want my song to be top 10 in the matters of, and then you got to be patient. Because sometimes you write a song that is hot for you, but it ain't ready yet.
The time ain't right.
The time ain't right. I know folks that put a song. Matter of fact, I'll share a testimony. I know he don't mind. See, Jarrell is who he is because I can talk to Jarrell. Jarrell had a song. He had a song that he introduced to us. We was on a limousine headed to we was on a car going on. I'm not in the car. We was going to cross for my homecoming. And Jarrell had a song. He said, man, I got this song. You got to hear it. You got to hear it. this song is so bad. Oh man, I said, okay. Right in front of my staff. It was me, Troy, Lady T, all of us on there. He played the song. I said, man, that song good, man. He said, I told you. I said, but it's not ready yet. He said, it's not. I said, it's not ready yet. You know what he said? He said, well, if you say that, I'm going to put it back on the shelf. You got to know what songs go on the shelf and what songs is ready to be played. And the reason why he had to put the song back on the shelf, it wasn't that the song wasn't great, but his blazing song was Prayer Room. So you don't want to fight against yourself putting out a new song and your other song still got a lot of life in it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
See, it's still got a lot of life. Prayer Room is still one of the #1 songs played across this world. So I said, Jarrell, put it in the closet, put it on the shelf until about 2 or 3 years later. It was exactly 2 years. And then he dropped, We Need Your Power.
And that's on fire too.
Yep.
Another choir, and I'm calling their names. So if they want to call me, that's fine. I'm big enough to handle me. Apostle James Pinckney. They got a new song that's called Wipe All Your Tears.
Yeah.
That song is a nice song, but watch this. The blazing song is Fight On.
Yeah.
See, you fight on. You got to give the people what they want. You hear that song? You say, give the people what they want. Yeah, you got to give them what they want. See, you can sound good. And another thing too, guys, I know I got so much I can say go on and on.
Keep going, man. Keep going.
See, you can't put out 20 songs and expect everyone to be a hit.
Right.
Every song is not a hit. See, every song. There are songs that Walter Hawkins sang that, and I know because I've been in the industry that long. That man, we was like, boy, that's the song right there. But that same song called "Thank You," people can't get enough of it. They can't get enough of it. See, so that's what I'm saying. That you have to respect the fact of the industry and then do diligently. Go and get help. Go and get help with your stuff so that before you send it to us, it's right. It's quality. Now, let me say this. I want to apologize. You know why? Because back in the days, we trained you all to sing a song, record it on an 8-track, and send it to us. That's what we did back in the days. But we didn't have, we didn't have no idea, Gay, that the industry was going to go where it went. We had no idea. So a lot of people would sing songs, record songs in the church. They put up 19 mics in front of them to try to sing. I mean, to record it, and then you sent it to us. That's not where it is anymore. Right. You got to have the quality recording. Another thing, guys, you got to, pastors, stop pushing your choir up to record, and they are only a Sunday morning church choir. see, yeah, that's that. Yes. There's. No, y'all want the truth, right?
Go ahead, Chef.
But that's true. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just saying what it is. See, you got great choirs. You got great choirs that are good on Sunday mornings for praise and worship, for your church service, but they don't have it when it comes to quality on the radio. Number one, because all the sopranos don't know their note. All the altos don't know their note. And you screaming in the mic. And everybody in the church running around off of emotion, and then you record it and you say, well, I want my choir to record because they're bad. See, they are good for Sunday morning, but they're not good for the discipline of recording on the radio and giving that quality sound. Because what you record is what I'm going to play.
Wow. That is a mouthful, but that is wisdom right there. And see, that's what the people need to hear. And it's coming from a programming director from a radio station. And so I love the fact that you said that, Chef, because, sometimes we only can go further with truth and with information from the people that's doing it. And so that's a lot of gems you just dropped right there. I got a couple more questions for you.
Sure.
And then I know we got to go. But you mentioned earlier about, time limits with songs and people sending 7-minute songs, 8 minutes, 9 minutes. What is a good time frame, especially for a new artist, how long should that song kind of sort of be?
All right. Well, I'm gonna speak for me because different stations may have different, time limits. Because here's what you're dealing with, and I'm gonna get right to the point. Okay. What you're dealing with is we operate in what is called a clock.
All right.
And in that clock, an hour is an hour. So when we program a radio station, we program it for your top 10, your top 5, your top whatever. See, I'm probably one of the only cats in the area. I know probably I am. I'm one of the only cats in the area that give the local artists a big platform.
Yeah.
Some shine.
Trust me.
And that's why we love you, man.
Yeah, DJs across the world will tell you, Chef, boy, you really good. Because you play a lot of them local people. Because the local people, it doesn't mean that you're not good. It's just that it's what the industry is calling for.
Yeah.
So for me at my station, I don't want anything over 5 minutes. Now, if it's 5 minutes, then you best have a lot of music on the end. So, because I'm gonna chop it off, and it's called EOM. I'm gonna edit it to that point. But now, for me to do that, the song got to be blazing.
Right.
So I try to because you're not singing a church song when you send it to the station. I mean, you're singing a gospel song, but you're not singing for a gospel church. You're singing for a world. So a good time, let me go with me. A good time is keep it under 5 minutes. 5:50, I can work with it. I can work with it because I control my music. But I tell people, try and keep your song under 5 minutes. You understand what I'm saying? Try and keep it there. If it's over 5 minutes, then we're gonna have a problem because most radio station has at least 2 to 3 what we call stop sets. And the stop sets is how radio station makes money. That means commercials got to be played.
Yeah.
See, so we trying to balance out enough music within that time space for commercials and all of that other stuff that's being played. So we try to put all that in there. So if your music is 10 minutes, that means you already took up the space of 2 songs.
Wow.
See, back in the days when the Florida Mass Choir and all them guys been doing it, and Milton Bigham and all them and Georgia Mass Choir, they didn't have a lot of commercials, especially in black gospel. You didn't have a lot of commercials because people wasn't buying them. They wasn't buying black gospel. I'm being honest with you. They just wasn't. So you could play the old lady that got put out. That song 13 minutes long. You could play come in the room or whatever long time because you had the time. Now you don't have that kind of time. You gotta come out the gate. Your intro got to be blazing. Because I'm gonna tell you something that I'm gonna let a secret out. I'm gonna let a secret out that a lot of people don't know. Most music directors in the first 50 seconds to let me stretch it. The first 2 minutes, boy, your intro better be blazing.
Saucy. It better be saucy.
Oh man, that thing, look at your intro better be so saucy, bro. So nice, man. And because I'm being honest, if it's not, most of us, we turn it off. We go like, well, it's not that it's not a good song, but you took too long to get to it's like a movie. If a movie starts out slow, man, listen, bro, you better have you some 5-hour energy drink. I mean, and that's because you up against folks that comes out just like Ty Tribbett. I'll give you a prime example. And if he was right here now, matter of fact, Ty called me, man. When my father died, he called me, and I'll give a shout out to him. But that's what makes Ty Tribbett so awesome. His first hit, man, it's got you. His first hit, he got you, man. He got you, man. I'm telling you, whether it's a bad song or not, his first hit, he got you, and that's what's important. Another thing I want to give some advice to you, independent artists: don't be afraid of the hook. Don't be afraid of jazzing it up when you're coming out. Don't be afraid to put a little Beyonce, a little Michael Jackson. Why? Because you're trying to service your product to across the genre. I'm not saying stealing people's music now. That's not what I'm saying. but you don't want it to come out sounding like it's just you wasn't even interested in what you did. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So you want that music to come out with something that's powerful, man. Something that's slamming, something that people love to listen to. You understand? That's what you want to do. You know. So anyway, but yeah, 5 minutes, 5:30, but try to keep it under 5 minutes. Try real hard.
Well, Chef, you dropped a lot of jewels. We're gonna have to cut it right here. But I hope everybody, got some of this wisdom that this man has just released on this edition of Ask the Producer. A lot. And man, Chef, I wish your phone or whatever wasn't going out. We could have gotten a lot more. You're very knowledgeable in this field. And I feel like, people, when they listen, they definitely get some understanding about what's going on. So
normally I don't say this, but because my phone was messing up, I'll come back again.
There you go. See, now we're gonna get Chef back.
Part 2.
Part 2. We're gonna have to get a part 2 because this man got too much knowledge and he's helping all of us, here in the Low Country area and abroad. So big shout out to you, Chef. Shout out to the people in the room. Sean McClain, Chris, what's up, man?
Mom, I saw my mom in there.
Yeah,
hey,
yeah.
Oh, Dad. Hey, Dad. They all watching.
What's up,
man.
Sean McClain?
Yeah. Sean's in here. Choice is in here. Choice says, "What's up?" But man, we had a really informative conversation with this brother tonight. And so we just thank you, Mr. Chef.
Thank you.
And
Sir.
Charleston thanks you. The Low Country thanks you. And so we're gonna get him back for part 2, so that we can kind of get a little more nuggets from him.
Yeah.
But this is it. We're wrapping up this. Please share this video. Please tell somebody, tell a friend to tell a friend. Chef, any last words you want to leave them with? You got?
No, I just want to say thank you guys so much. I want to say this, that if you need help, go get help. Music is just like anything else. Go get help. Don't be caught up on yourselves. Go hire these young men and pay them. Don't try to shice them. Pay these guys, because one thing, this is what I'm gonna leave you with. Always remember this: before quantity goes out, quality must go in. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Chef. And if you want to submit your music, his email is below. So thank you again, Chef. All right, guys, we're out. Thank you for watching Ask the Producer. We'll see y'all in 2 weeks.
That's right. Next time. All right. Peace and love.